So today we are going to be talking about nonfiction text features. You will later on be making a presentation using the iPads to show your understanding of the text features in the articles that you read. So I'd like to do a quick review with you about the nonfiction text features. The first one is caption, and the caption is the words that are under the picture that tell about the picture. Next is diagram. A diagram is a picture heading. The heading of this article is all about fish. This is just one section. It may have the title up here and other words up here, and this is the heading of this section. It tells what this section is going to be about. Next is keyword. Keywords may sometimes be in bold, italics, or in colored words. In this article, the words are in color. In our Navigating Nonfiction article that you will be reading, the words are bold, which is darker words like this. Next, on a diagram, there are labels, and the labels tell what each part of the picture is. So this one here says that it is liquid, and it's pointing to the liquid in the picture. The final text feature that you will be learning about today is maps, and a map tells where the information is from the article that you are reading. Not every one of these text features is found in every nonfiction piece that you will read, but often you will find many of them. This is the rubric that we will be using. You can see for step 1, it says each group will reread the lesson and underline the text features and label them. C is for caption, H for heading, L for label, D for diagram, and B for the key or bold words, and M for map. These are the 2 pages of the text that I will be reading to show you for the example. This is from Lesson 8. It is telling us about diagrams, so I definitely will have to make sure I write down that I have a diagram. I'm going to start with the caption and label the captions with C. So I'm looking and I see lots of labels around the edge, and I see some captions here. So I'm going to put a C, draw a line and write a C, and draw a line and write a C. There's another over here, and one more over here. And then if I go back to the first page, there's some captions here, and one more at the top. And this one is a short caption. So I've marked the captions with C. The next step is marking the headings with H. And so I see here we have the titles. And if I move in closer to the text, you can see here I have heading on the Oregon Trail. So I'm going to label that H. And wagon trains, I will label that H. For the next part, I will be labeling the labels with L. Now on this one there are many labels, so I'm just going to put L's next to all of them. Move this over here. There's also a label here and a label here, and you can see the lines drawn out to show that that is a label. For the next step, diagrams are the pictures. So I have 2 pictures. So I'm just going to write a large D and draw an arrow to the picture of the Pioneer flatboat and the Conestoga wagon I'm going to put a D here and draw an arrow to the wagon. The next step says keywords and bold words are with B. So let's look closer and see. I see pioneers. I'm going to underline this and write B by it. And I see Conestoga wagons. And I'm also going to put a B by that. The final step is a map. So I'm going to look back here and see if I see a map. I do not see a map. So I am finished with step 1. For the next step on the rubric, it says in your writing notebook, choose 2 text features each and write the information into sentences. Explain how each text feature gives information. So if there are 3 people in your group and there are 6 of the text features here, each person would take 2. If there are more or less people, you can divide it up so that each person can talk about each section. So I'm going to get out my writing notebook here, and I am going to write down my information, and then for the next step I am going to read it to a group member or have a group member read the information so that they can make sure it makes sense. So if I was the person in my group who chose the captions, I would look back and I would see here that I have a C by the word house for shelter and protection and pull for steering. So I can write on my notebook, in pioneer flatboats, the house was used for shelter and protection. The pole was used for steering. I can go into more information explaining about the captions tell what the picture is showing and what the labels are pointing to, giving more information about that. On the second page, I can say that for the Conestoga wagon, the captions give more information about each of the labels. So those would be the things that I would write down in my notebook, about 4 or 5 sentences for each person, for each topic. If you find out that you are writing more than that and you have questions, please feel free to ask me. For step 3, now that you have written your information, you're going to have your group member make sure that your sentences make sense and that you have used correct punctuation. And then practice reading your sentences fluently using whisper voices so that you're not disturbing the other groups. And then go around and practice having each person in the group read the sentences. Let me know when you are well practiced and feel comfortable, and then I will let you choose an iPad to record your information. I'm looking forward to having you doing this great project. I can't wait to see how you and your group present your nonfiction features.